Our first presenter is Chase. He's talking about preparing Ursinus students for college mathematics.
Alright. Hi everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Chase. That's my middle name. My advisor was Lisa Grossbauer, and this summer we worked on preparing Ursinus students for college level mathematics. So the problem we were trying to solve this summer was what we like to call the college math readiness problem. So a lot of students that come into Ursinus aren't fully prepared for the level of math that we ask them to be at. Mostly in areas of algebra, so like a lot of calc professors see that the students understand the calc concepts well, but they can't exactly solve integrals or deal with derivatives because their algebra skills are preventing them from doing that. So this is a structural problem with the way math is taught in middle school and early high school, where students are kind of rushed on through algebra to get to the calc part so that they can go off to college and deal with calculus. But ironically, it means they get to college and then they don't have the right math skills to deal with calculus. This affects other areas of STEM other than mathematics. A lot of physics is algebra and a lot of chemistry is algebra, manipulating equations and variables, so it affects things other than mathematics. So our central question was, how can we better scaffold mathematics to students who are weaker in the area to help them achieve success in their collegiate academic experiences? The place I started off with was the math placement test. There's not a lot of students in the room, so I guess I'll explain what that is. It's when you first come to Ursinus, you take this placement test, and based on your high school math scores and this placement test, we put you in either pre-calc, calc 1, or calc 2. So it's kind of to gauge what your math skills are. So I started there, and I kind of went through the test. Well, first we did some data analysis, and we found that a lot of people were around this area, the 6, 7, and 8 area, but we'd like everyone to be around the 10, 11, and 12 area as they're coming to college. This is just for the algebra part. Everyone should be good on algebra as they're coming into college. But that isn't the case. So the first thing I did was I went through the test and I kind of looked at each question and I thought to myself, okay, well, what is this asking? What concepts are we looking for from students? And then the test is given on Qualtrics, so I also had access to a whole bunch of data analysis on the test. So I could see if 35% of the students are getting this answer, then they must have this problem, they don't understand squaring binomials or they have trouble with complex fractions. So then based on that, I started gathering resources in a Google document. Resources include YouTube videos, practice tests online reading resources. Basically the goal I had back then was that they could read these resources and kind of teach math to themselves. So the next thing I wanted to do was deliver these resources to students. So I wrote up this Java program that went through everybody's Qualtrics test, and based on their score they got, it did a bunch of Java things and ended up making custom PDF packets for every single student. So at this point in the process, I had a custom PDF packet for every single student in the incoming class that took the placement test. So it was a lot of PDF packets. It was 310 or something. Yeah, and this is just kind of a diagram of what happened. This is what the Qualtrics data looks like, and then I went through this text file that had all the resources, and then based on those, I wrote the PDF packets. So after I did this, I was like, okay, well, this is information for the students, but how are the teachers going to make use of the resources I've collected? And I talked to some different teachers. I talked to Dr. Scoville, who's in the back there, and I also talked to April. And I came to the conclusion that a website would be the best way to house resources that teachers and students could have access to, not just students that had taken the placement test, because only students that had taken the placement test got their custom packets. So using Wix, I made a custom website that houses all the resources for each of the concepts that I had gotten from the placement test. And we should just be able to click on it and go right here. So it looks like this. You can click on whatever you want to, and then it goes to different things.
We can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it? Okay, well,
You click and drag it over to the other window.
you think that'll work? Oh, nice. Jeff, you're the best. Alright, so you, wait, you guys didn't see like the beginning of the website. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of simple. It just has like big blocks, so you can imagine that, basically you just like click on things and then there's links to resources. So if you're having trouble with this concept, you go here and then you can watch a video on it. And the videos are around like 7 to 10 minutes long. The idea is that the student can just go here and kind of teach themselves mathematics, hopefully. Thank you so much, Jeff, for taking me there.
I show you guys websites all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I also made a couple of my own videos because I had some free time during the summer, and I like teaching math. So if you go through the website, you can find me teaching you a couple simple things like squaring binomials, and I had fun with that, so that's pretty cool. So then at the end of the semester, I said to myself, okay, well, I want people to have remediated themselves based on the resources on the website and the packets I gave them. So I want to reward them for having done that. So I made a reassessment test using Qualtrics as well that kind of is the exact same concepts and was almost the exact same test. I made it a little bit harder, to be honest, because I expected people to remediate themselves. But the idea was that they would take this and then I would compare their scores to the placement test, and then if they improved at all, I would hopefully convince teachers to give them extra credit or some sort of incentive. So I naively assumed that a lot of people like studying math on their own, which is not necessarily true, especially the summer before your freshman year of college. You're definitely not looking to study math. So that didn't really exactly work out the way I planned, but it's research for a reason. I've learned something. But something that came out of it is the website itself, and the website is still up right now, and looking forward in the future, I would really like the website to kind of go hand in hand with math teachers' Canvas pages. So if you post up a Canvas article or whatever, Canvas, like we're doing 7.1, which is like integration by parts, please like do these problems in the question in the book. And if you're having trouble with any of the concepts that are in them, please refer to this website. So like if one of the questions of integration by parts has multiplied by a conjugate in it, then that should be on the website and they can go there. And a lot of students, you can go to math tutoring hours and stuff, but if you're doing homework at like 1 in the morning, which I know a lot of students do, you don't have access to a live person to help you out, so it would be good to have resources in one place. Furthermore, I made the website in a way that like anybody after me could take it on and edit it. So like if I graduate, which I'm planning on graduating, so hopefully I'll get out of here someday. Someone after me could take care of this website and it could go in multiple directions. Any way they want to take it, it could go. So that's kind of looking forward in the future. So in conclusion, solutions that start off small don't have to stay that way, and they don't have to stay the same solution. That's one of the biggest things I learned over the summer, was that research and like dealing with real world problems isn't like being in a class where there's a correct answer that you can get a grade for. A problem like this that's been around for decades, because it has been around for decades, you kind of start off with a solution and it changes the more you realize about the problem. So like the solution I have now, this website definitely was not what I was thinking at the beginning of the summer, but it is still a solution. I think that a lot of the problems people have with teaching themselves math is that they don't even start because they think it's scary. But with access to these resources and being able to do this on their own time, I hope that they can see that like, oh wow, I can learn how to do this just like I can learn how to do anything else. So my time, I'm actually over time, so I just want to say a very large thank you to Lisa Grossbauer, who without her this research would not have been possible. I wouldn't have gotten the summer fellows. I'd also like to thank the school in general for letting me do this. And I'd also like to thank you guys for listening to my presentation.